There's an article in today's New York Times that hit my email last night that really freaked me out in a way. It freaked me out because I realize fully, I've known fully what Trump's plan is. Trump's plan was always to have one election, to get elected one time the presidency. That's all he needed. And there would be no more free elections in this country ever. And this rotten son of a bitch would stay in office like Putin, like Xi, like his other, like Erdogan, like his other dictator friends. But what Jonathan Swan and Charlie Savage and Maggie Haberman put into this morning's New York Times is a real stunner. They write that Trump and his allies are planning, once he gets back into the presidency, a complete overhaul of presidential power over the machinery of government. Remember what was said by, who was that guy that sleeps in a dumpster all the time, Bannon, that the Trump administration was going to be involved in the deconstruction of the administrative state. You know, that is right out of the Hitler playbook. That could not be more Hitlerian if you ended with a Sieg Heil. I mean, it just is. It's Hitler. German Nazism. But Trump and his buddies are planning to restructure the executive branch to concentrate power and authority directly in his hands. Sieg Heil. They got these plans to centralize more power in the Oval Office that goes far beyond what the orange bastard has said, that he would, for example, order a criminal investigation into his political rival, President Biden, which was a direct signal that he was going to end the post-Watergate norm of Justice Department independence from White House political control. The orange bastard wants nothing independent. It's all going to be in his tiny little claw-like hands. But Trump and his associates have a much broader goal, according to the writers at the Times. They want to alter, change. And after reading the article in full, which I can't share with you here, my opinion is they want to destroy the balance of power that is supposed to exist between the three branches of government, don't laugh, by increasing the orange vomit's authority over every part of the federal government that now operates, by either law or direct order out of the orange vomit's mouth, with any measure of independence from political interference by the White House. That Trump will have the authority to step into any region of governance, any area of governance, and say, no, you're not going to do that. I know it's in the Constitution. Fuck the Constitution. This is how you're going to do it. This is what they're talking about. The Orange Vomit intends to bring all these independent agencies, for example, the Federal Communications Commission, which allegedly makes and enforces rules for television and internet companies, don't laugh. Federal Trade Commission, which enforces these various antitrust and other consumer protection rules against businesses, don't laugh. He wants to bring all this shit, those are just two examples, Justice Department, all of it. Environmental Protection Agency, that would be one of the first to be destroyed. But all of it, he wants to bring under his grubby little tiny hands. He will control it. He also wants to institute the practice of impounding funds, which means simply refusing to spend money that Congress has appropriated for a president that the orange vomit might not like. That's a tactic that lawmakers banned after Nixon did shit like that. He also, according to the Times, intends to strip employment protections from tens of thousands of career civil servants who work for various branches of government, which would make it easier to replace them anytime he feels like doing it. When will those times arise? If anybody from the lowliest clerk, say working in the Justice Department, to the highest ranked officer working in the Defense Department, if they do something Trump doesn't like, he can fire them. You know, if they're concerned obstacles to his fascist agenda. God damn it, folks. I mean, this is for real. I mean, they're openly talking about this. They're putting out papers about this, they being Trump's filthy fascist buddies. And then he's going to scour the intelligence agencies, the State Department, the defense bureaucracies, to remove officials that the orange bastard has called, quote, the sick political class that hates our country, end quote. We better pay attention to this one. We chose to ignore or deny global warming. Oh, that sounds so mild. Global warming. Oh, let's go to the beach. Global temperature death. Does that work? A little bit better than global warming. We chose to ignore that. Are we going to ignore this orange bastard who is waiting in the wings to do this shit with his minions? Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.